All right, hi there. This is Stephen from Karma Astrology. Just getting this live stream going. Let's see. All right, and I'm just gonna get started. So, all right, hope y'all had a great weekend. I'm back to talk about the moon as it resides in Gemini, at the very end of Gemini. You can see over there, and MO is the moon, the blue one. And the moon is in the end of Gemini, which is the nakshatra, or the Indian constellation, which occupies that part of the sign, is called Punarvasu. Now, Punarvasu means the return of the light. And what that really kind of uh, symbolizes, or signifies, I guess I was trying to combine those two words, is that this whole energy of today and the next 24 hours from now are all about second chances and returns, any sort of renewal or rejuvenation. Punarvasu relates to, I guess, just kind of screwing up something on the first time and getting it right on the second time. So you might need to be a little patient with yourself or other people if they don't really do something correctly at first, or you notice this, you'll see this theme. People might be they might rush a little bit too much. They might um, get ahead of themselves. There's a tendency for the mind to work really quickly when the moon is in Punarvasu. So we speak a little bit faster, we try and think a little bit faster, and therefore we make a little bit more mistakes at first. But we really get it right on the second try, or maybe the third. So also, this is just to give you an idea of where it is in the sky. It's in the sign of Gemini, and it's actually the constellation of Gemini, which is Castor and Pollux, the two figures, the male and the female. And Gemini is really interesting because it has that kind of duality of that male and female, a very kind of masculine male and a feminine female. And so it gives us the ability to kind of work on nuanced levels and with a like kind of a more balanced yin and yang, and all sorts of I guess really balanced energies. Sorry, my cat is jumping in a box right now, so you have to bear with the craziness. um, but I'll go back to Punarvasu. Punarvasu is a really interesting nakshatra because it's represented, or this symbolized, by the bow and a quiver full of arrows. And this bow is supposed to be symbolic of Shiva's bow, which is the bow that Rama in the Ramayana was the only person who was able to string it, and then he broke the bow at the end. And the bow is supposed to symbolize kind of our ego, and the ability to master our ego is what Rama was demonstrating in when he strung the bow. And then to break it, he showed the power of the spirit over the ego, and to live through the spirit consciousness rather than through the lower self, or the material world, material self. So there's that kind of energy, and then the quiver. These arrows are actually kind of magical arrows, and they're the type of arrow. They're magical because they're when they're shot, they each represent a different kind of principle of Hindu spirituality, and they have what's special about these arrows in particular is that they return back into the quiver once they're done with their mission. So it kind of symbolizes our ability to really go after, be very direct in our approach. With a certain skill that we have, or a number of skills, it shows that whole quiver full of arrows shows a lot of different, spiritual skills that we've developed. And so when we shoot these arrows off, we're able to accomplish duties and missions and our dharmic, I guess, tasks that we have to do. And so there's this sense of righteousness that comes with it, and there's a sense of prowess and highly skilled and kind of an evolved nature to this sign. But it does come with that second chances, that kind of not doing things so great on the first time. Or maybe this is, the day that we get it right after we tried yesterday or the day before, and we kind of, blasted away maybe at the things that we don't like about society and culture over the last day. That was Ardra, and Ardra is all about kind of seeing what's wrong with the world and trying to rid the world of those problems. And then Punarvasu is where we kind of come in and get it right and try and fill that void of what we just kind of got rid of, what we flushed out, with something that's righteous and pure and true. So there's a lot of this like rejuvenation energy. You might be feeling more energetic. You might be feeling a little bit more spiritual. It's a great day, of course, for spiritual practices, as that kind of prowess, that power tends to come out a little bit more. Um, let's see, and what's going on with the rest of the sky? Well, I guess I'll just say in general, Gemini is where the moon is, and it'll be for the next day. And before we head into Cancer, and Gemini is about intellectual curiosity, the ability to, I guess, dive into new information and explore new subjects. Um, just any sort of information gathering that we take part in that we enjoy, and it could be just for fun, or it could be to educate ourselves about, one subject matter or another. Gemini is kind of a playful, curiosity, well-rounded kind of sign. It has that balanced nature, like I was saying, so we might be feeling more talkative, a little more playful, like having more fun with our speech, not taking things as seriously. But at the same time, you can see right up there that Mars and Rahu are just getting closer and closer by the day. They're about 3 degrees away from each other. And that's going to really make us, on the other hand, be a little bit more explosive and a little bit more fiery. It's that energy is going to continue to grow by the day until those two, until Mars and Rahu come conjunct. Mars being our inner sense of kind of passionate destruction of what we want to rid ourselves of, what we perceive as weakening ourselves. So that could be, um, anything from our internal habits, our emotions that are difficult that we're processing, and learning more, I guess, sustainable ways of thinking and being, and kind of developing our courage in a way. Rahu's the planet of confusion and misunderstanding in a lot of ways because we're just obsessed with that topic or that area in which it's around. So we're a little more obsessed with our sense of protection and survival in a way, with its Mars energy right next to Rahu. So just be aware of that, and try not to blow up, or try to catch yourself before you blow up, or get a little too angry, and then you might be reflecting on, why did I get so angry? And it kind of feeds into Punarvasu because it allows us to reflect on our mistake and then correct it, and change our behavior a little bit. Um, excuse me. Next, I just wanted to talk about the Sun as it gets really close to Venus. The Sun and Venus are coming conjunct. And that's an interesting conjunction. It can be a little difficult. It's a very common one since Venus is an inner planet, and it never goes, I think, beyond 40 degrees from the Sun from our perspective, which is about a sign and a third of a sign. So it really stays within, very close proximity to the Sun all the time. But Venus is our ability to kind of relate to other people and find happiness and joy in the world, and, usually through our interactions with others. It could be through communication, or through intimate interactions. Any sort of interpersonal relationships on any level is really the realm of Venus. And then the Sun is our individuality. So the Venus wants to connect with other people and kind of merge, and make everyone happy and find that balance. That Venus, one of Venus's signs is Libra, which is the balancing scales. So we're kind of weighing our desires with other people's desires, and we're trying to find an equilibrium there so we can all be as happy as possible without, kind of steamrolling another person or being a doormat or anything like that. And then Sun, on the other hand, is our individuality and our sense of soul purpose and clarity and our vision. So when our individuality and that part of us that really is just trying to connect with our spirit and allow us to live through that spirit and live through our higher self. Break that bow of Shiva. And when it kind of comes into contact with Venus, there is this give and take between what's right and what's righteous and what's honorable for us to do, and then what's going to make everyone feel good. Because sometimes when we shine bright and when we stand in our empowered nature, we can tend to burn the people around us, like the sun gives us a sunburn. If you can't see, I'm a little pink today. I was out in the sun over the weekend. But yeah, so there are definitely issues that come up around our ability to get along with other people when we have a very strong sun energy in our character. So if we're really individualistic, it might be hard to get along with other people quite as well, to compromise. Whereas if we're very strong with our Venus and not as strong with our Sun, we might have this ability to compromise without the knowledge of who we really are and how to act on who we are, and honor that. Because we really do have to connect to our soul at some point, and that's who we really are. So when the Sun and Venus come together, we kind of tend to swing from one side to the other of that spectrum of individuality to I guess personability, or connection with other people, and um, in a desired kind of way, rather than connection through the emotions, which is more of the moon's realm. So just beware of that again. Try to honor yourself, but also other people at the same time, and find that balance and look for that balance. Always be looking to kind of honor other people's truths as well, because we're in this world all together and for a reason, and we're all you know integral to the whole existence and the purpose of it all. So definitely something to work on. Yeah, the other planets are kind of where they have been recently, so I'll just leave it at that. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. Hit the like button if you like this video. Maybe I can get some more people and we can get some people in here, have a little interaction. I'd love to look at a couple charts. Whatever people are interested in, I'm just kind of getting going with this. Otherwise, and then hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed this and you wanted to keep updated. I'm going to do these regularly. Otherwise, hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope you have a great day of second chance.